see if we can like. Hi, you're watching Rose Squad Reviews. I'm Melanie, and today I wanted to talk about something that I saw on Netflix. It's actually going to be sharing with you a review of an anime that I've watched previously, and then I saw it was on Netflix, and so that kind of reignited a passion to be like, oh yes, this thing exists. I remember. So if you haven't seen the title yet, we're going to be talking about A Lull in the Sea. Also in Japanese it's called Nagi no Asukara. So this story follows a group of teenagers that live in the sea. So think sort of mermaids, but not really. They look like regular people, but they have like a coating that allows them to breathe underwater. And they live in the sea, and then they go to school up on the land. And there's like a whole different culture of the people that live in the sea and the people that live in the land. So there's like political kind of cultures clashing going on. And then as the story goes on, you get more into like natural catastrophes and politics and myths and lore and all sorts of fun things. Your main character, Hikari, is a bit of a passionate spitfire. Think teenage angst to the max. He's easily riled to anger, like sometimes too riled to anger, like a lot of times. I'm just like, dude, just chill. Calm down. It's not that big of a deal. But he also has a deep desire to protect his friends. Monica, one of Hikari's childhood friends, is shy and a bit naive. However, after the transfer, she is the first person in their group to step out in friendship towards the people of the surface. Also from the sea, Chisaki is a kind-hearted girl, and Kaname is wise beyond his years. So those are the four kiddos that are from the sea village. And then Tsumugu is their first friend from the surface, and while quiet, he plays a large part in the progression of the story. Many more characters play acting roles in this show, as a complex cast of personalities and backstories that weave together to create essentially a family. It is cool to see like where the characters start in the beginning to where they've grown in the end, and where they hopefully continue to grow. And as I mentioned before, while the basic premise of just transferring to a new junior high may seem kind of run-of-the-mill and just boring, the plot soon moves beyond that. Besides the usual teenage angst of growing up, the characters in this show deal with a lot of deep stuff. Woven into the story are threads of politics, dealing with change, overcoming biases, and even an upcoming catastrophe. Like, we're talking about, like, climate extinction of a race. It's great. A lot was riding on the ending of the show. I'm gonna be honest, halfway through the last episode, I didn't know what was gonna, like, are we gonna be okay? Is this gonna be a complete total disaster? Like, what's gonna happen? So it definitely does keep driving all the way to the very end. Not giving too much away, I would say that I was pleased with the ending. Some might wish for a little bit more closure, but I felt like they tied all the strings that they had set out to tie in the end into a nice bow. As far as sights and sounds, everything is just really pretty. Like the animation, going back, I watched the first few episodes and I did notice that they use kind of some like 3D animation in some parts, but it's not like really jarring or anything. I liked how like when you're in the scenes under the water, it looks like pretty much just like the regular life. I mean, there might be like a little bit more blue tints, but then you also have like just fish swimming through people's homes, and that's completely normal. And I really appreciated that little detail. Also, I think the theme songs were well done. I liked how in the first theme song, like halfway through the show, after like a certain point or like a certain plot thing has happened, they kind of alter things a little bit to kind of reflect that position in the story. So I think that was a cool detail. And just overall, the soundtrack of the show is just kind of tropical and relaxing. It is 26 episodes long and comprised of one season, so you just kind of go start to the end. It's a full in-case story. You can watch the show on Crunchyroll. It has been on Hulu in the past. I don't know why I didn't bother to look that before filming this, but, and then it's also on Netflix, because we know that. This is why we're filming things. Yay. In closing, you should totally watch this show. It's on Netflix. I would recommend. I will see you next time.